and good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third season of the groundbreaking podcast, First and Foremost. Ladies and gentlemen, the format for First and Foremost is simply this. You asked how this show is groundbreaking. The format is simply this. You and I have a very unique opportunity to speak with first ladies from in and around the city of Detroit, churches in and around the city of Detroit. We have already had first ladies here from New Orleans, Louisiana, from Ohio, and every part here in Michigan. That's what makes it groundbreaking. We have an opportunity to hear straight from First Lady, her desires, her personal stories, her triumphs, her tragedies. We have an opportunity to even call in and ask the First Lady a question, not Lakeitha, but First Lady, because she's sitting right here. You hear it straight from First Ladies, and you get to find out exactly what really happens when the hats come off. And speaking of hats, each of our First Ladies are asked to bring a hat. That hat is donated during the course of the show. Opening bid is $50, or you can call in at 313-759-1568 to take a piece of her story home. Some lucky audience member, some lucky viewer will have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take a piece of her story home. And just remember, you don't have to be a hat wearer. You could just be an admirer. And we have had First Ladies, again, from all over. You have an opportunity to call in and ask her a question. No other place can you do that. A show that's for a First Lady, that's hosted by a First Lady. That's what makes it groundbreaking. I want to thank Elegant Beauty Cosmetic. Elevate your beauty with Elegant Beauty Cosmetics. I want to thank Tailor-Made Construction, Bodybuilding, and Personal Trainer. If your body is not becoming to you, then you need to be coming to Audrey. These are my sponsors, young women that are up and coming entrepreneurs, and I just want to support them. The $50 that the hats are, the opening bid for the hats, that money goes to Jason. He's my producer, and it actually helps keep First and Foremost on the air. And it also gives you an opportunity to take home a piece of your First Lady's story. How important is that? So this is what makes this show so special and so very unique. I want to take this opportunity to thank First Lady Sheena Richardson from the Metropolitan Memorial Baptist Church. She was our guest on the first chair on last week, and she was such a delight. A young, mature, very sure of herself woman of God, and I just enjoyed the conversation with her. I want to let you guys know that pastors are actually watching this show. I have been approached at restaurants and at some of our conferences, and the pastors have said, First Lady, I am really enjoying the show. They enjoy the content, and they actually enjoy the fact that the First Ladies actually have a platform to have these types of discussions. So I want to thank moderator and Pastor Ryan Johnson for always looking out for me here at the show, Pastor Clark, Pastor Brock, and I want to take this opportunity to thank Pastor Carnell Richardson from the Metropolitan Missionary Baptist Church, the wife of our guest last week, who actually sowed a seed into the show. He was so excited and so excited about hearing the platform, and of course he loved seeing his wife here in the first chair on last week. So with that being said, if you guys want to sow a seed to keep First and Foremost, please send your donations to $Lady Lakeitha. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you tonight in the very first chair, and I'm so excited to have her. If you didn't know, First and Foremost is really like a dream come true for me. And at every angle, there always seem to be some kind of obstacles. And I'm always thinking to myself, Lord, is this something that you really want me to do? And I think the show elevates our First Ladies. It highlights our First Ladies, and it really gives the audience an opportunity to find out exactly who these women are who are taking care of our pastors and our bishops. I sent this guest a letter, and it got lost in translation. She called me last week on Saturday, or I think it was on Friday, and called me and said, I hope it's not too late. I would be honored to be here on the show. And that's just a testimony to me that the show has to go on. So I want to thank my first guest here tonight. So without further ado, the greater woman behind the great man that is Pastor Eddie Cooper Jr. from the New Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church. I'd like to introduce to you tonight First Lady Carley Cooper. I am so excited to have you on the show.
And I'm so excited to be here and honored for the invitation.
Well, thank you so much. And you know what? I didn't tell you this, but it really was a testament when you called me and said, I'm sorry, I got this letter. Is it too late? And I was like, no, it's not too late. So that's really, again, just a testament that this show has to go on.
Yes.
And it was your time. This was your date, and this was for you. Okay? So thank you so very much for joining me tonight. We're going to get right into the questions, and I want to start out with some, maybe some church questions, and then we'll get into some personal things. Okay?
Okay.
Who is Carlethia? Tell me your becoming story.
My becoming story. Well, I was out of high school. I was pregnant in high school, my senior year. And, and I just thought it was like the end, and I couldn't do anything. So I was married young and had babies, didn't get a chance to go to school like I always thought that I would. But then God did something. He changed everything. He changed my whole life around. And, and so later in life, now I am in school, going to school right now. Yes. So that's really who I am, finding myself doing the things that I've always wanted to do, which was go to school for music.
That's awesome.
So I am super excited that I'm doing that right now. So I'm in the process of doing that, and I hope to become a music therapist one day.
Oh, that's awesome.
One day, yes. I'm really close to getting my associate's degree in music.
Okay.
I should be graduating in May.
Oh, wow.
And then, yes, I'm going straight to Eastern Michigan in the fall towards my bachelor's in music therapy.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. You got to keep it going.
Yes. So it's just, coming out of my shell and realizing that I am more than what I thought. Before I didn't think I could do anything, but God showed me through just through life, and as life went on, and He was introducing me to things that I can do more. Yes, and He's allowed it, and it is happening, and I've been successful in school. I've always been on the Dean's list.
Oh, wow.
Yes, always maintained over a 3.0
that's wonderful.
average. So I'm just excited for where God is taking me.
Well, talk to me about your childhood or your growing up. How did you get introduced to Christ? How soon was that? How early was that?
Well, very early. At the age of like 6 or 7, my parents was like really devout Christians, and we have a rather large family, so it's 11 kids.
Oh, wow.
And yes, and so we were all just taught by our parents. Like we went to church, it seemed like almost every day of the week. And then we had our own Bible studies and things like that at home and all that kind of thing. So yes, when the Holy Spirit hit me in service, I was like 6 or 7, and I walked right on up there and got baptized at that early age. And ever since then, my walk has just been becoming stronger and stronger with the Lord. Just getting to know Him. I just want to be all that He wants me to be. I want to do what He wants me to do. I don't want to do my own thing.
Right. And that's what it has to be. And it sounds like He's already ordering your steps.
Oh my goodness.
What a wonderful thing. Now, is Mom and Dad still alive?
Mom and Dad is still alive. Yes. Yes, they are alive and doing well, doing good. I often joke with them, like, you guys have a whole new family, because they've adopted one of my sisters. She had children, and she's still around and she's doing good. But but my parents was able to take the load off of her and raise 4 children, and they're young ages, like they're in elementary and middle school.
Oh my goodness.
Right now. Yes.
Wow. That's doing it all over, isn't it?
Yeah. And they love it though, and they love their children. They love their grandchildren. It's so many grandchildren, like over 50 plus grandchildren already, just from the 8 girls and the 3 boys that they have. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It's 8 girls in my family as well.
Really?
And 5 boys, so I come from a large family as well.
Oh, how awesome. Yes, and we just always had a good time. time growing up. So so I got that training and that background from through my parents early. Yes.
Early.
Yes.
I think that's wonderful. I think the consistent thing from all first ladies is that we've all got church backgrounds. We've all grown up in that home where mom and dad, we stayed in church.
Yes.
We were in church.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm living that story. What is the role of the first lady, Lady Carley? What is the role? What do you think the role of the first lady is?
I feel like the role of the first lady is just really to be, even though it says this in marriage, to be a helpmeet, but still to be that backing for your husband, to be that support for your husband, and of course to present yourself as the word tells us to, so we can, our lights can shine in a certain way so that when people look at us, that they will actually grow and think positively rather than negatively. So I just think the support of your husband as a first lady, being the pastor, because I know it's not easy, and then presenting yourself in a Christ-like way towards, and just to be, also to be down to earth too. But but just to present yourself in a good way where the word says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. So you just want to always present yourself in a good way where people can approach you, they can talk with you, and if they need some help of some kind, even just some advice, or just to have a kind spirit and a loving heart.
For sure. Now, has Pastor Cooper ever said to you, First Lady, this is what I want you to do, this is what I feel your role should be? Has he said that to you? Has he said those words to you?
Well, not in that way, but I mean, he knows the stock that I come from. We're a singing family. That's what I've always done. I've always been in choirs and did things like that. So our beginning at New Moriah, he was like, first he was going to give me some time. He was like, oh, you can have some time before you get in the choir and do things. I know you're going to do it, And then he was just so excited. One Sunday morning, he said, and Lady Carley would be right in the choir rehearsal. This.
Wow. Okay.
So yes, he did tell me, and I said, I thought I was gonna have a little time, but that's okay though. But it's beautiful. It's become an enjoyable experience. So
good. But he said something to you.
Yes,
so
definitely.
That makes a difference. What is the best part about being a first lady to you?
The best part to me is just being an example to those around me, and discipling those around me, because that's what we're supposed to be doing as Christian women. Just having, to me, that's the best part, because being a first lady puts you in the limelight. Absolutely. It just puts you there, whether you wanted it or not.
Absolutely.
So it's just how you, I guess it's just all going back to how you carry yourself again for me, and how you treat people. And then, like I said, just like having the words that people may need at different times, and just doing what you're supposed to be doing. I guess as a first lady, that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, I want your version of that. I want your version of that. What is the one thing that you think is missing from our churches today?
Missing from our churches,
or do you think is anything missing?
I guess I would say what I think is missing is understanding. It's not, sometimes, when you come into a new situation, people only want to do what they've always been doing, or have always been done, instead of, when something new is presented, just have a understanding mindset or open mind about what's being presented, because we were called to this church, right? So I believe that the Lord does give the pastor the vision. Absolutely. And when things are mentioned and they're new and things like that, I just feel like it could be more understanding. It's like a lack sometimes.
A lack. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Share with us, or me and us, one of those, oh no, he didn't say that in the pulpit moments.
Wait a minute, let me get my finger on it. Because he literally just did this to me, and let me think about it. It was literally just Sunday.
Okay.
Talking about, I don't want to mix it up. Talking about my car and how I take care of my car, because I don't like to go get the oil changed. I don't like to do that stuff. The maintenance. So he just like blasted me out in the pulpit, and everybody was like, and I just put my fan up. I hid behind my fan. Yes.
Oh yes. Well, personally, I don't believe you should be doing that anyway. You talk about a helpmate. That's what he's supposed to be doing. You know, you take care of that, and I'm just gonna drive and look cute.
Right.
You know, I don't think you need to be doing any of that. My personal opinion.
Okay.
Is church hurt still a thing?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Have you experienced church hurt, and do you think you've church hurt someone?
Now, I have experienced church hurt, and you know, to be honest.
Be honest. That's what this platform is for.
Well, I'll talk about me first.
Okay.
I have experienced church hurt, but I didn't let it drive me away from church.
Absolutely.
I know some people just like, I'm not coming back because they did A, B, C, D, F, and G. For me, I was, like I said, me and the Lord has always been here.
Amen.
And so I've always had a good relationship with my father, and I've always talked to him, and I just didn't move, because if he didn't say move, then you don't move.
Amen.
No matter what, all the turmoil and all of the stuff I was going through, it didn't matter, because he didn't tell me to move. You know, I know that in a previous church that I went to, that I don't think people really thought much of me as a person.
Understood.
You know, only my gift of singing, and that's truly what I think. And you know, I hope somebody is not watching this like, oh my gosh, but I mean, that's just my honest feelings.
I want you to be honest.
I just feel like it was my gift that was being used, and at that time I was younger, so I was like, you know, I didn't really know how to navigate, you know, different things, but I just, because of my upbringing, how I was raised in the Lord, and just whatever, you know, the Lord wanted me to do, that's what I did. So I just stayed through it. But on the other hand, have I church hurt someone? It's possible, because sometimes people don't, what is the right way to say this, is sometimes they don't understand where you're coming from or why you're doing what you're doing, and so they just automatically take it the wrong way.
Yeah, they're not ready to receive what you have to say.
Yes, and then without even trying to come to talk with you, to understand why or whatever, you just know that they've distanced themselves, and then then that's it, and then it's been years, you know, and been apart, so no kind of, so it's possible, I would say.
Okay, that's possible, and I know that it's still still exists. I don't know how we can get around it, but I think you said a key word. People have to be open about a lot of things, because I don't think I can't say that people are not out to hurt you, because some people are.
They are.
Some people really are.
People like that.
Do you have to have a discerning spirit? Yes, you do. But do you have to, in the positions that we're in, you really have to just take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
You really do. It's unfortunate, but you really have to
Yes.
do that.
Yes.
Yeah. What is Lady Carley's superpower? What do you think is your superpower?
My superpower, maybe, I don't know, maybe just how the gift that God gave me, I guess. I get a lot of people that say, oh, you really touched me when you sung that song. You really just, that's the kind of comments that I get, and I love it. Whenever I minister in song, they just walk up to you. I remember it was a man who his arm was lame. He was like, I almost felt like I could stretch my arm out. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Yes, wow. When they just hugged me with tears, and you know, because I know it's not me. I know it's what God has given to me, and it's a something that He put in me and in my voice. So when I sing, this is the comments that I get back. So that's what I'm going. That's what I'm going off of. Yes, ma'am.
That's definitely a superpower.
Yes,
for sure. I love that. Now, I know you've been in church for a while. What is your favorite message that you have carried with you? I know, even from your husband or from churches that you visited, is any one that really sticks out that
Well, actually, I'm gonna come to the present, and I'm gonna say from my husband, because this year is called the year of no excuses.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, isn't that awesome?
Yes.
And so, and then also God gave him, like I was talking about discipling. He's given him that to give to the church right now. We're really heavily focused on discipleship in all facets of our church. Like
That's awesome.
the Sunday school, the ministers' classes, just everyone is focused on discipleship, because I think that's something that we've gotten away from. So his message, and his messages from the pulpit is on basically no excuses in discipleship. So although they differ, but they're all related and connected to that. So that's what I really do love that message so much. Yes.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sorry, they always leave little notes for me.
Yeah.
And how does it help you? It helps you to stay focused on this is what we should be doing. This is what I should be doing.
Yes, because we can, even though I've been walking with the Lord since I was little, but still we can kind of get off track. We can go astray.
That's true.
I found myself sitting at home or watching TV all day. I'm talking about for hours, for hours, and I'm just like, this is time I could have been given to the Lord. Like, why don't we want to spend time with our Father, with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Why don't we want to give him all the time that we're giving to these things that's going to pass away?
True.
So this message, him really enforcing this and making sure that the church does this, has really helped me to grow even in this short time of this year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
That's really wonderful. I love to hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going to get ready for a commercial break, and we've got a special commercial for you. So again, you are watching First and Foremost, and in the first seat is indeed First Lady Carley. So from the New Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church, we will be right back with you in a few moments. Hello everyone, First Lady Lakeitha London here, the host of First and Foremost, the show that's all about the First Lady. Well, I just wanted to let you know that we are excited to announce the First and Foremost First Lady Honor Contest. We want to celebrate the incredible women who stand as leaders, visionaries, and pillars in their community. So we invite you to submit some nominations to recognize a First Lady who has gone above and beyond in service, leadership, and in love. I need you to submit your 20 to 30 second video telling us why this First Lady is deserving of this honor and how she actually made an impact. The deadline for your submission is May the 5th. The grand prize will be a celebration and a live taping with your First Lady and up to 10 guests at our sponsor's location. The runner-up will appear live here on First and Foremost along with their video presentation, and they will receive a sponsor's basket full of goodies. The winner will be announced on a special edition of First and Foremost on May the 12th. Again, submit your video to Lady London First, FIRST, at yahoo.com. If you have any questions, please DM me at Lakeitha London on Facebook or send an email to ladylondonfirst at yahoo.com. My nomination would be First Lady Barbara Jennings of New Providence Baptist Church. First Lady Jennings, the first time I met her, along with my husband, sowed a seed, and she put it in the palm of my hand, and I never even looked at it until I got home. And she did it on several occasions. And I want to be the type of person who can just sow a seed for someone. And I don't know if she knows this, but it changed my life as a First Lady. And it really just let me know that what comes from the heart really reaches the heart. So Lady Barbara Jennings, you would be my nomination for the First. So please submit your 20 to 30 second video telling us why your First Lady is deserving of this honor to ladylondonfirst at yahoo.com. Thank you, and we're looking so forward to the nominations and to the presentations. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are indeed watching, first and foremost, the third season of the groundbreaking podcast where we're highlighting our greater women behind the great men of God. And in the first chair is Lady Carley from the New Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church. She is the helpmate to Pastor Eddie Cooper Jr. I just wanted to give some shout outs to some people who are making comments on the line, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Dr. Vertonka Bailey, hey sister, I love it. We got to talk soon too. Ursula Bird, Eddie Cooper Jr. Oh, good evening to you, Pastor Mary Cooper, Demetrius Clay, John Davis, and Brenda Fielder. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the show. First Lady is loving every moment of that. And we're going to continue with some of our First Lady questions, and we'll move into the personal section momentarily. What word of advice would you give a first-time First Lady based on your experiences? And it's been 7 years for you, right?
5. Going on 5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would just tell every First Lady, or I would just say stay prayed up, and then just kind of take everything with a grain of salt. It's no reason to, to let things ruffle your feathers, because you just come in with the expectation knowing that people may say some things out of, it could be out of line, because sometimes people just don't know.
Look at the camera and tell the First Lady that, because they need to hear that.
Yes, sometimes people don't know what to say to you, and so it might be a little off-putting, but because I'm letting you know, you can just let it just roll off and just have a smile and then just keep on going. But that's what I would say.
That's good advice. That's good advice. And one thing that I like to add to that, even though that's your reason, you just have to be yourself.
Yes.
Because you can't be somebody else.
That's right. Can't let anybody change you.
You just can't do that. You just can't do that.
That's right.
When you leave the studio tonight, who will be the first person you're going to call?
My husband.
So I guess you can expect a phone call.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. Now, wait a minute, you called him what?
My king.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, do you have a pet name for your husband? Is that what you call him?
That's what I call him.
And what does he call you?
My boo, my babe, my caramel frappe.
Now, does he say that in the pulpit before
he says it in the pulpit before every engagement, wherever, and I'm like,
do you do that really?
A little bit, but sometimes I blush, because it really just makes me blush every single time.
I think that is so sweet. I think that's sweet.
It is.
And you know what?
Sweet.
I don't want to start any trouble, but I think sometimes that's what maybe bothers some other people, because they hear. First of all, I think it's sweet. I think it's a love language between the two of you, and I don't think everybody is receptive to that.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely,
My honey baby sugar pop and all that kind of stuff. But you are, you really are, because you're his wife, as well as the First Lady.
That's right.
That's really the message that I want to pass along. What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. Now this would be surprising.
I can't imagine, guys, right? What you think she's gonna say?
Ice cream.
Her guilty pleasure? What do you think is gonna be, Ambrose? We've had several First Ladies say it.
Movie night.
No, well, these are guys. So what is your guilty pleasure?
So most people definitely do not know this about me, but because of my sons, and actually before them, I love anime.
Oh, really?
Anime. Yes, so that is literally my guilty pleasure. Okay. But now it's like so hard, I got to try to find the ones appropriate to watch.
That is true.
Because there's so many.
Yeah.
Just
good
weird
and
ones.
bad and weird ones as well. And weird ones as well. You have a question?
Yes, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a question.
So, ladies, this is from Jason Alexander. I believe this is addressed to you.
Okay.
Do you have to sacrifice your individuality when becoming First Lady?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do I have to sacrifice my individuality? I don't think so. I don't think you have to, but I think maybe a lot of First Ladies think they have to.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I don't think you have to sacrifice anything, like First Lady Lakeitha here was saying. You just have to be yourself, and that's what I try to be. It's myself, and
yeah.
and that's that. So
that makes it easier when you're being yourself. So thank you, Jason Alexander, for that good question. Well, let me get back to your guilty pleasure. So that's something that you watch. Is that something that you indulge in? Do you have a costume hanging in the closet? Talk about it.
Now, I've never done like Comic-Con or anything like that, but I do. I can sit up and watch that for, and I say hours on end.
Really?
Yes, I would just binge like a whole, and then I rewatch some that I just really love to rewatch. So yeah, so I'll do that like on Friday going into Saturday because I know it's Saturday. So yes, I'll just sit there for hours.
Would you consider going to Comic-Con if they had something like that? Would you do something like that?
Maybe, possibly, but you know, when I used to work downtown in the Renaissance Center, so when it came every year almost, it was always nice to walk through and see all the costumes, and some people were really intricate in their costumes, like the Transformers and different things like that too. So yeah, or like the mega like robots and whatever. So yeah, it's always fun, even just to spectate. I don't know that I would ever dress up, but just to go and walk through and see the different characters.
Yeah, well, I've always wanted to do that. I'm a Star Trek fan, the original Star Trek.
Yes, okay.
And I have some dolls and things of that nature. I've always wanted to really participate in that, but I've never really had anybody that wanted to go with me. So I want to keep you in mind for the next time.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I love that. I love that guilty pleasure. Now, is there anyone that you feel you need to apologize? Is there anyone out there that you feel you need to apologize to?
That I feel that I need to apologize to. Well, I doubt that this person is watching, but I'll just
It's not for them, it's for you.
Yes. And this goes back to that piece of church hurt a little bit, and I think we didn't understand each other, and we definitely didn't get to talk. So I don't even, this person probably don't even know why in this case, I stopped talking to them.
Understood.
And so I would just like to apologize to that person. Well, I don't want to still say the name.
You don't have
but
to
I would like to apologize to that person because we didn't get to talk about the issue or anything like that. So for me to just kind of just walk away and you not know, like, why is she treating me like this all of a sudden? So I would definitely like to apologize to that person. Yeah, because she was a very beautiful person in my life, and maybe I, misconstrued some things and thought something maybe that wasn't there, but I don't know, because we never talked. But I still want to apologize because I think that you should at least be able to sit down and talk about whatever the issue is before you take any kind of action.
Absolutely. And I think, and my pastor preaches about this all the time, the apologies are really for you. So now it's off of you. The onus is on, and it's out in the universe.
Yes.
And if what comes from the heart reaches the heart, then she hears you.
Yeah.
She hears you. So we'll move on from that. Thank you. Thank you for just being honest about that, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you separate pastor from husband? Do you feel it has to be. How do you separate the two?
I mean, it's not hard for me to separate because I know who he is to me, what he was to me before he ever became a pastor. And then when God called,
that's wonderful.
Yes,
okay, that makes a difference.
And so, when church is done, we're not having meetings because I have to go to meetings that I'm a part of, the staff.
Yes. And
he's talking to all of us, and he's treating all of us the same. And when I go home, I know how to leave that there. And and then he's my husband. I mean, I still love him just the same. I'm not gonna mistreat him, not get his dinner for him because he
said he wasn't going to the pulpit,
or didn't do something for me I wanted him to do, but it was it was something that everybody had to go along with, but I wanted him to do something special for
you,
me.
right.
But he's like, I gotta do the same for everybody. So I don't mistreat him when we go home. It's just we turn that off, and then.
And you have to do that.
Yeah.
You really do have to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, does Pastor know how to do that?
Oh yes.
Okay, good answer.
yes.
Good answer. Good answer. 'Cause sometimes, and the experience is you're just pastor all the time, and that's going to be relevant to a question I'm going to ask you shortly.
Okay.
Oh, it is. Do you feel that you're the same Carley at church as you are at your leisure?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you work?
I don't work actually.
Okay, because you're in school.
Yes, and I thank you, husband, because he said, just focus on school right now. This time is for you, and I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. So yeah, I can just.
Well, good, because I think some people feel, again, we said just be yourself, but I think some people feel like they have to be one way here and one way there. The best thing is to be yourself, be consistent.
I think I'm myself for the most part. I guess in church, like certain things I won't do at church that I might do at home. But I think my personality, like me speaking who I am, all of that is the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. I think people find it difficult to, especially in a first lady role. But you're new to the first lady role, so understood. And I think 10 years is it's still new.
It's still pretty new. I think so too.
Yeah,
it's like you in between. You're about to get over the
hump. Yeah, I truly feel that.
Yeah.
When you hear Mama was right, what was Mama right about?
A lot.
You're right about a lot, Mom. Talk to me about it.
Yes, I mean just because I was a headstrong young lady, and I didn't want to. Me and my mom. I mean, of course, we had like a really beautiful, loving relationship. But then when I got to them teenage years, man, her and my father, they would just really drop some solid nuggets of advice of what to do, what not to do, and I would be like, I ain't doing it. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Right.
And then when I did what I wanted to do, and I found out later in life, growing up, I had to go back to my mom as a full-grown adult with children and say, you know what, Mama, you was right.
Mama's always right. I don't know why we wait till we become adults to say that. I guess because we're, I don't know, a rebellious state growing up. But Mama, you always right. We just figured it out later on. So thank you so much, Mama, for that.
Thank you, Mama.
Lady Carley, you have been granted a do-over. What would you do over?
Now this is a hard question, and I guess it's a hard question because I'm not trying to. Well, maybe not. So maybe I wouldn't really do anything over because I feel like everything that I've been through, everything that's happened, good and bad, has made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
Something would be different about who I am if I just wanted to just change everything up and we think that we can do something better, but only God knows. And maybe if I was to backtrack on that a little bit, it's doing what God wanted me to do.
Earlier on,
instead of doing my own thing. Yeah.
But I think that's how we grow as Christians, isn't it?
Truly, I believe
we can't
that.
do it on our own.
That's right.
We need you.
That's right.
We definitely need you.
Right.
What do you want people to remember most about you?
That I was a woman after God's own heart, that I was a good person, that I was truly, just seeking the Lord and doing what I was supposed to be doing. I mean, it's nice to have people say nice things about you because you wasn't a mean person or had an attitude all the time or whatever. Just to remember that I mean well in everything that I'm doing, and I'm not trying to cause negativity or sow discord or things like that. I just want to be known as, you know what, she was a she was a woman of God. She was a good person that did, I could tell from how she lived her life that she was just trying to do what she was supposed to do.
Right.
Yes, and just be upright before the Lord. I mean, literally.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
Yeah, and I think as Christians, we should want that.
Yes.
You know, that's your servant well done part.
Yes.
You know, that you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Lady Carley, do you have more gold friends or silver friends?
No.
Are you familiar with that term?
No.
Golden friends are friends who grew up with you, who knows. What is Carley is your nickname?
Yep.
What do some of your closest friends call you?
Pumpkin. Actually, Pumpkin is like my true nickname from my family growing up.
Okay.
And so all close friends and family called me Pumpkin.
Okay, so who calls you Pumpkin? Do you have more people calling you Pumpkin than Lady Carley?
No.
Okay, so you've got a lot of...
So you said the golden one friends was the ones I grew up with, and
who
then
know
silver.
you.
Well,
Silver
yeah,
are new people that you're inviting into your life now.
silver. I have more silver.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, yeah. I for some reason, and I would pray about this all the time to the Lord. I'm like, Lord, you know, where's my friends at? Where's my circle? You know, I be seeing all the ladies like, yeah, we was friends since middle school, high school, things like that. But yeah, it just didn't go that way for me, and that's okay. I've come to terms with it now. I used to be just like I want girlfriends and things, but you know, it's just how it is. I'm not mad at that.
Right.
You know, if God put someone in my life, I welcome it.
Absolutely.
But it's just not how it's went. How it's, you know, my life, how it's gone, and it hasn't gone that way. And like I said, I'm not mad at that.
No.
I've run into a bunch of beautiful ladies, a lot of beautiful first ladies that I get to know and talk with and have great conversation with. I just don't have that real
relationship. I understand that.
I don't have it.
Do you think that comes from having a big family? Because sometimes I don't reach out for friendship because I have my sisters, and I don't know if that's always good.
You may have something there. I never thought about that angle, but that could possibly be it, because yes, I'm always cackling on the phone with my sisters. So, you know, when I thought I was like missing something, like today I don't feel that way at all. Like I'm just always talking with them and having a good time. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, and I always wondered that about me, because I do have a dear friend, and you know, I don't just reach out, and I do meet a lot of people. I am engaged, and I do want to have people in my circle, but I do, because I have so many sisters. I just you know.
Now
I'm
let me say this: I know I have some sisters out here. Like if I was to call one of them on the phone, now we haven't talked in like 2-3 years, but if I was to call them, it would just be just like we were together the other day. I mean, I love that type of friendship where it's no type of you didn't call me, or it's been this long, and da 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 da. Nope, I have I can count maybe about 3 young ladies that I know I can definitely call if I just really need to, you know, vent, pour out, or it would be
awesome.
it would be normal. It would just be fine. It wouldn't be anything weird. So so. We may not talk often, but I know that they're there.
I think those are good friends when you don't have to talk often. My guys are tuning in and saying that we're coming to the end of the show. So I just want to ask you 2 questions. You heard her comment. She's not ready for it to be over. You know, I got to ask this question because I want to find out, have you ever gone to a church and saw something in their order of service, or just how the church operates, that you feel that you would like to incorporate at New Mount Moriah? Can I give you an example?
Yes, please.
I want to give a shout out to First Lady Sandra Glass and Pastor Glass from the El Bethel Baptist Church. They do something at the end of their service. The both of them go to the door, the exit way, and they touch and hug and say goodbye to the parishioners. And the first time I went to that church and I saw that, and it's something, I just love that. Now, that's not something that can happen in my church, but that is truly something that I love to see that. I just thought that was so wonderful.
That is so funny that you just said that, because literally that was one of the things that was in my mind. Seriously.
That's awesome.
Because at the church that I grew up in, that's what my pastor did. He would be walking to the back as we're getting ready. He would do the dismissal by the door, and so that people can greet him, and and he could greet everybody as they walked out. So that I love that.
I love that.
And that was at my church home growing up, New Hope Baptist Church in Southwest Detroit.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. We would share that. I just think that that's beautiful because it does. And the interesting thing that you said about that is your pastor did that. Your pastor didn't have a wife.
No, he didn't have.
You see how that works? Yeah. It's an interesting dynamic. But that's something that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
That's something that I've always wanted to do.
That's really nice.
That's really nice. So I love Pastor Glass and Lady Sandra for doing that. That's something wonderful. And another thing,
she's beautiful too.
She's a beautiful lady. She's a beautiful lady, very into what she's doing with her trauma. And a lot of us do have that and we don't face it. So I thank her for even bringing that to light. So ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're at the end of our show. And I can't thank Lady Carley enough.
Oh my goodness.
Before we get ready to go, I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
How was your experience here on First and Foremost?
Fantastic. I mean, just in one word, it was fantastic. I didn't know what to expect, but I mean, I feel so comfortable. You made me really feel at home. You're such a good hostess.
Thank you.
And I'm just so honored that you invited me on to be a part of your show.
You have really brought value to me in this show. First of all, that we are like-minded in a whole lot of things, and that makes me feel good about it. My second question is to you. Would you please end the show with a song?
I sure will.
Okay, well, give me one moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you again for tuning in to the 3rd season of First and Foremost. Do you see why this show is so important and how much I love it? Lady Carley has a husband that supports her in a lot of things. She's so mature and well-rounded. She's trying to complete her education. And guess what? You're never too old to complete your education. I think that that's so important. So I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Thank you. God bless. And I'm going to leave you with this song. So we'll look forward to seeing you on next Tuesday. So until then, take care and God bless. Take it away, Lady Carley.
Oldie but goodie. Amazing grace. How sweet the sound.
Sing, Lady Carley.
That saved a wretch like me. I was lost.
Yes.
But now I'm found.
Yes.
I was blind, but thank you, Jesus. Now